What's going on, guys? I'm the Stock Boy, and today we're looking at the oval cars at GTA Online. I'm really excited for this new Hotring Everon. Of course, it's going to take on the Hotring Sabre, that's a given, but I'm also going to throw in the DR1. It's going to be a fun battle. I'm putting it on low grips to even things out a little bit, handicap that car a little. If you're new here, this is everything I'm testing for today, and in the end, I'll combine them all in a custom equation and give you the Stock Boy speed score. It's a PI for GTA. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's head out to the track. We're going to check out the Hotring Sabre and the Hotring Everon first. We're going to put these two cars up next to each other at every test, and then we'll see how the low grip DR1 can handle it. It's going to challenge me a little bit. Should be fun to watch too. But as we take off here, we can see to that 60-footer, the Hotring Everon is slightly faster. And as we keep going down this drag strip, it's got a 2/10 lead at the 8th mile, and it's going to extend that lead a little bit once we get to the quarter mile too. 4/10 of a lead on the Hotring Sabre. So as far as acceleration goes, that's pretty promising for this Everon. Now, how does the DR1 do here? We're not using curves at all in this, which is different from how I would normally test, but we're trying to level the playing field a bit. We can see the Everon a 1/10 of a second slower there, 6/10 slower to the 8th mile, and it's going to get a little ugly still. Even on those low grips, it's almost a full second behind the DR1. That doesn't mean it's slow. It's actually pretty quick. What you're going to see here, that Hotring Everon almost a 10-second quarter mile, but it is quite a bit faster than the Hotring Sabre. Not a huge gap, but it is a little faster. We have my little dyno scores there too. That's another custom thing that I do. Our new Everon's looking pretty powerful. 497 horses on my dyno. That's not bad at all. When we look at the Sabre, about 429. I mean, it's really just a weight difference there, but we want to see how they are here at the Speedway. This is what the DR1 looks like with the curves boost. It goes much faster. I'm not doing that in this test again. It's on low grips. It has the low aero settings, and we can see that Everon is on top of these guys. 128.4 miles an hour. As we go through, I forgot to mention, at the very top is going to be the optimal DR1 of these results. So you'll get to see how fast that thing really is when it's not on low grips. But we're moving fast, and now we're at my test track, and this race here is gonna be pretty awesome. I'm really excited for this. I know you guys probably want to see this too, but look at how close these guys are through that first hairpin. The Hotring Everon has a little bit more rotation than the Sabre. You can use it to your advantage in some situations, and in others, it hurts it a little bit. Low speed quarters, it kind of struggles to put the power down, but once you get to medium speed quarters, like these double right-handers here, it actually does really well there. Plus you have the extra power, so it can catch up a little bit on straightaways, and we're really even going into that hairpin again. If you look at that atomic tire, you can see that the Hotring Sabre is a little bit ahead, and as we come to this reverse start finish line, it looks like that Sabre gains by another 10th through the second sector of the track. This is where the Everon struggles though. You cannot hide the low speed quarter challenges through that chicane and around that final long corner. You can see the Sabre gained quite a bit, but now the Everon has the power. Can it catch up? It's going to do everything it can, but the straightaway is not quite long enough. We got a 6/10 gap. The Sabre was beneath the Everon for both the first two tests, but handling wise, it is a little more stable than the Everon, and that's going to work in its favor. This is where it gets crazy. So the DR1 on low grips is a monster. I got counter steer going there. A nice little drift through the first hairpin. We know it's going to be faster on straights, but can it keep up with the Sabre through these corners? Basically, on low grips, the DR1 is a lot of fun. I actually really enjoy driving open wheelers on low grip tires. If you can get a group to do it, it could be a blast. But look at this. Through this low speed corner, that DR1 is struggling to put the power down, and it struggles just too much. If you're in a low grip situation in the DR1, medium speed corners are fine. It does okay. High speed quarters are fine, but those low speed quarters, just like the Everon, it's going to struggle, and it's really tough to get through this third sector in the DR1 on the bottom. That Hotring Sabre actually handles really well. The DR1's not quite going to catch it here, and it actually has a bigger gap, not quite a second, but on the low grips, it's not as fast as the Hotring Sabre. But you can see up at the top there, when you have it tuned right, it's absolutely just ridiculously fast. 48.5 seconds, that's nuts. The Sabre is better handling than the Everon, so that is something to keep in mind. Both of them are kind of difficult to drive, but you will get more oversteer in the Everon. And you see here, well, 47th in the sports class for the Everon. Not too bad. An 87 speed score is pretty good. How about that for the low grip DR1 beating out the Sabre, though? I will say that these open wheel cars kind of they destroy the speed score. The speed score doesn't really make sense for them, but they are a lot of fun on low grips, and I do like the DR1 if you can get everybody in the lobby to race it. This Hotring Sabre is one of my favorite cars. I love NASCAR. I like all racing disciplines, so of course I love the Sabre, and I really love this Everett. It's so much fun. I think that extra rotation makes it a blast. If you could get a whole lobby of people driving these on a regular racetrack, I think it'd be a lot of fun. I definitely hope that you're able to get that car. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you're here and you're not already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like the video too, it helps me reach more people. Thanks again, and I hope to see you next time.